Y'all, it's Talkin' It Up Tuesday. I have a random question. How many of you who have online friends have ever met one of these friends actually in person? And I'm not counting cons like TwitchCon or something. Or even just like an expensive celebrity con or one of those kind of things. Just met up and hung out. I did once because earliest fun I had on the internet was Yahoo chat rooms. And we used that cheetah chat program that would make our fonts different colors or whatever. Um, but um, I was going to Dell Tech kind of at the time, and I met this one girl who didn't live far from there. So the two of us met up and hung out, and it was actually a lot of fun. And I do still have an actual picture of us. So yeah, this was before cell phones, before digital photography, real camera. And I still remember her username. Um, but yeah, that was really the only time I've ever met one of my online friends in person. Granted, a lot of them I would love to meet in person. It's just very hard with things being expensive, and I'll never get to afford to go to like TwitchCon or something like that. I would love to, but I also wouldn't want to go alone either, especially considering what happened recently with that one Twitch streamer getting assaulted and them pretty much not doing shit about it except banning the dude for 30 days. Like, that's pathetic. Not that I would worry about that because I'm too ugly to get assaulted or whatever. Like, people would just look at me and go, who the fuck is that? And I'm like, rightfully so, because I don't even have 500 followers. It's been fucking 7 years on that platform and I can't even get 500 followers. Like, that's pretty fucking pathetic. I'm definitely a pathetic loser, but it is what it is. I'm just gonna keep doing what I do. Maybe someday I'll make something that will blow me up. But until then, we'll just have fun being little and making legit and actual friends. Not thirsty creeps. Even though, yes, I've had my fair share of those as a content creator too, and have just like banned them from my channel. Like, ew, if you think I'm attractive, you either need glasses or you're drunk or high or some shit. It just is what it is. But yeah, how many of you have ever met an online friend IRL? Because you found out that ironically they lived close, so it was kind of an easy meetup. Doesn't happen very often, but when it does, it's definitely fun and it's definitely worth it. And speaking of which, I should try to take her username and see if I can get it as a WoW character. I just thought of that. Like, that'd be a good idea. Give that a shot, right? But now to get to the root of what I was trying to say with that question, since I've switched mainly to Kick now, I have made some really amazing friends. One of them also does stream on Twitch and has another account on Twitch, which I didn't even know. And I need to get on there and follow, because he has a pet hamster. So he kind of leaves a live session going of the hamster. And it's helped generate extra money for him to do other things that, he needs to do to make things better for his streaming career. But he was telling me yesterday that sometime in the future, with Kick giving more to the creators and him being able to make better money on there than Twitch currently, he's eventually going to come to the States and he wants to meet up with the friends that he's made over here. And I'm like, yeah, you're going to have to like plan out this loopy trip around the States just to meet everybody. And he used to do travel vlogs before COVID, apparently. So, and he really, really, really wants to do that again. Because right now he just mainly plays Fortnite, and I have too many friends that hate battle royales. I've never played them. I really don't like fast-paced games, and I don't like shooting games. Not like I would play it with a friend if they taught me how to, but I cannot see myself getting addicted to it like I am to WoW. But I just assume personally stay out of it. But if he goes back to doing travel vlogs and meets up with people, that would be a fun experience, and getting myself exposed on his channel as well, aside from just being a chatter in his stream. But it's kind of funny how like the friends that I make online, when they're from the UK, they're like some of the most awesome people. Like, I know there's shitty people in the UK. There's shitty people everywhere. You're gonna have your good people and you're gonna have your bad people. And it's a lucky thing when you meet the good ones and find the good ones. Because like a lot of times people won't watch a stream if it's a certain game. And I get that. I totally get that. Because I'm that way about a certain game too. They're like, normally I would say it's all about the creator and their vibe. Fuck the game, who cares what they're playing? Even if it is something you wouldn't play. Well, there is one game I will not watch. Actually, no, there's 2 games I will not watch. Escape from Tarkov, and that's a totally different story. I'm not going to go into that uncomfortable story about why. The other one is Overwatch. For some reason, whenever I watch somebody play Overwatch, it's so fast-paced that it gives me a headache. So there's no way I could ever play it, obviously, but to watch somebody is just as bad. Now, the funny thing is, the Marvel Rivals, or that equivalent of it, doesn't bother me. And I'm like, maybe because those are recognizable characters versus Overwatch. Overwatch is just made up characters. They're not already made characters put into a game that's similar. Maybe that's the reason. I don't know. And maybe because Overwatch has a tie-in my personal experience, with Tarkov as well. Now, there is a new version of Escape from Tarkov, and it's called Escape from Duckov. So you start out as this cute little yellow duck, and it's kind of the same thing. And I'm like, I hate shooting games, but damn, I might play that. I mean, I play Wolfenstein 3D, but that doesn't really count, does it? Like, it is a shooting game, but it's so old school. Like Doom, it's so old school that I need to play it and see how rusty I am with that game, because it has definitely been a long time. But yeah, those are 2 games I don't watch people play. Anything else, don't really give a shit. And I don't care for sport games, really, either. Like, if I jump into a friend's stream that's playing that, I'm more than likely gonna come in, say hi, and then dip. Because it's just like, sports just bore me. I can't help it. This just bores me. Now, like, however, if you're playing with somebody else and not just by yourself, I'm more than likely to watch, because the banter back and forth between 2 people playing a sports game can be funny as shit. But anyway, I'm not going to keep this going any longer, because guess what? We got Treasure Tuesday to record, and it's going to be something twisted. I think what I'm going to do, specifically for next Tuesday, because next Tuesday is the Tuesday before Halloween, because next Tuesday will be a skit. I'm gonna try between now and then to come up with a spooky skit for it, if I can, because none of mine are spooky themed. They're just random and stupid. For terrible theater. Oh, and another thing, real quick. I did get my druid leveled finally. Cat form, so much easier. I'm so skilled at playing cat form, it's not funny anymore. We were talking about nostalgic WoW stuff, how we used to use Ventrilo and all the good shit back in the day regarding WoW. And I said, does anybody remember the Oxhorn videos? The Rafflemow and 12 Days of Winter's Veil. I know there's a couple others, but those are the two main ones. The Rafflemow one gets stuck in your head. And 12 Days of Winter's Veil I watch every year anyway. Even though it's Horde themed, not Alliance themed. Because I guess he was mainly Horde when he played. I don't think he plays anymore, but... And then the one guy in the guild's like, I might have to look that up and see if I do remember it, because it's not ringing a bell right now. So he looks it up, and then he pops back in guild chat and goes, I do remember that. Yes, we do need to make an Alliance one. And I'm like, well, I am a poet. I probably could. Like, yes, do it. So, like, we're sitting there while playing and trying to come up with ideas for it. So we pretty much have it started. We're going to make it less savage. Like, it's going to be a little savage, but because the Horde version is kind of savage until it gets to the end things. I need to watch it again, though, because I always forget all the things that were in it. Like, it's easy to remember the first few because they're repeated so many times. Ugh. Losing my voice a little. So I'm going to have to listen to it again and then try to come up with my own for those higher numbers. And we're trying to make it alliance-y as we possibly can. Now, granted, I'm not going to have the ability of those special effects like Oxhorn did to actually record dancing and all that shit in game and copy it. Like, I don't have that kind of program to do that. Granted, the video, if you go to it, is like 18 years old now. It is almost 2 decades old. I will do my best at putting visual aid in it if I possibly can. It may just have to be images, or I may have to record the WoW screen with my phone, so it's going to be kind of glitchy and not very good, but I will do my best in doing that this year for this year's Christmas parody. Because I try to make a Christmas parody song every year, as much as I hate Christmas. But I love WoW, so I'm down for the challenge. Anyway, see y'all in the next video. And have a good Tuesday.